So far on the channel, everything I've been showing has been more of the how do you cook, how do you bake, what do you do with the bread replacement type stuff. But a lot of this is not meals. So today, this is a kind of a meal that I would generally make for myself for lunch, or this is something we have at night with the family. This is an example of some chili, and I'll show this recipe eventually. But this is just leftover chili that we had. We actually used this for taco salad last night. But this is a chili that it's my wife's recipe. It's really, really good. But it's just leftover chili, right? And so obviously that's a nice staple. If you're wanting some vegetables and or filler, this is spaghetti squash, and I will also have a recipe to show that later on. But this is some leftover spaghetti squash we have from when we made spaghetti. And I eat spaghetti squash instead of spaghetti because obviously lower carb. But basically this is just Cincinnati chili, right? So it's very simple. Literally is nothing more than, hey, I'm going to take a bunch of spaghetti squash, slap it in a bowl, and then I'm going to pour a bunch of chili on top of it, and then I'm going to eat it. So this is actually more like what I actually would eat for lunch. Obviously I'm not going to eat like 1,000 biscuits or a bunch of bread or whatever. Even if it's low carb, I want to have some level of something other than just that, because it does get old if all you're doing is eating bread. So all I do is just ladle this stuff in there, get it all set up like this. And this is cold, obviously, and the reason that I did that was because if I mixed all this stuff together, then I couldn't turn around and use this for spaghetti sauce or whatever else. Alfredo sauce is really good, and I will probably do that at some point too. But anyway, this way, if my wife decides she wants to just have chili, or the boys want to put this on a burrito or something, they can. So I just do it like this, slap this stuff in a bowl, go heat it up in the microwave, and that's lunch for today. So spaghetti squash is a great thing to keep on hand, because you can keep the squash itself before you cook it until you need it, and then just cook it. And I just cook it in the microwave. It does take a while, but it's not too difficult. And it's a little crunchier than regular spaghetti. It's crisper, but in terms of like feeling like, hey, I'm actually eating pasta, it's significantly better than most other options. And I've tried many options for pasta, and most of them are pretty disgusting. So this is one of the best options I've found, and it's about as natural as it comes. You literally are just scraping out the inside of a spaghetti squash and eating it. So for those of you that don't like processed and whatever, spaghetti squash is a good option for you. And of course, you know, who can beat chili? So this again, I think there's a few, like maybe 1 can of beans for a giant pot or something. It's a pretty low ratio, so there are some carbs in the beans, but that's because this is also something my family eats, so there's some concessions. But anyway, this is more of like what I would eat for lunch, as opposed to just, hey, I'm going to eat cake and bread. So that's not what I eat for lunch. So this is just one example, and I'm sure I'll be showing you more of these. So until next time, thanks for watching.